Hey there! If you're a parent or a caregiver, you definitely know the feeling I'm talking about. That tearful goodbye. It's just so tough. Today, we're going to dive into a really gentle and respectful way to navigate toddler separation anxiety, and we'll do it all through the lens of the Montessori method.
So let's just jump right in with a question that probably hits pretty close to home for a lot of you. Is that morning drop-off at school or daycare like the absolute hardest part of your day? If you have ever had to walk away from your crying child, you know just how painful and, well, confusing that moment can be.
All right, let's really unpack that feeling. We're calling this first part the difficult drop-off. It's that moment that's just filled with this parental worry that somewhere, somehow, something has gone terribly wrong.
And this quote right here, it just gets to the absolute heart of the matter. It's not just the crying that's so hard. It's the fear that's driving it. It's this belief that these tears are a sign of failure, a problem that you need to fix. But what if that's not the case at all?
And that brings us to this huge and honestly really reassuring pivot in our understanding. Let's take a look at how separation anxiety is actually a healthy sign of love.
This slide completely reframes the whole issue. On one side, you have that deep-seated fear we all feel as parents, right? That little voice saying something is wrong. But then, on the other side, you've got the truth. It is a powerful sign of a healthy, secure attachment. This isn't some problem to solve. It's a bond we should be celebrating. So the most important takeaway here is this. When your child cries because you're leaving, what they are really saying is that they love you, they trust you, and that you are their safe space. Those tears are actually evidence of the incredible bond you've built. You've done your job so well that the thought of being without you is genuinely upsetting. That's not a problem. That is a huge success.
So if the anxiety is normal, how do we handle it? Well, let's move on to our next section, the Montessori method. This is where we shift from understanding why it all happens to how we can navigate these tough moments with confidence and care.
You know, the cornerstone of the whole Montessori approach is predictability. For a toddler, the world can feel so huge and overwhelming. So knowing what's coming next is, well, it's everything. It creates a sense of safety and control, which is basically the perfect antidote to anxiety.
This slide really shows the philosophy in action. Just look at the two columns. On the left, what Montessori teachers never do, they don't rush, force, or shame a child for their feelings. And on the right, what they always offer, reassurance, a gentle touch, and warm smiles. The entire approach is just built on respecting the child's emotions.
And here's the magic behind that approach. Children calm down so much faster when their feelings are validated, not ignored or distracted away. Saying, "I know it's hard to say goodbye," is just so much more powerful than saying, "Oh, look at this shiny toy, don't be sad." Acceptance really is the key.
So how does this actually look in practice for you? The source lays out 3 really clear, trust-building steps. First, a short, confident goodbye. Just, "I love you, I'll be back after nap time." Give a hug, and then move right to step 2, a warm handoff to the teacher. And then finally, and I know this is the hardest part, you leave calmly and trust the teachers to handle the rest.
I know this can feel completely counterintuitive. Your instinct is to stay and comfort them until they stop crying. But as this slide shows, that can actually make their anxiety worse. A long, drawn-out goodbye sends this mixed message, almost suggesting there might actually be something to worry about. A quick, loving, and consistent departure, that's what builds trust in the routine and in you.
All of this leads to the ultimate goal, which is about so much more than just surviving drop-off. It's about building a strong and expanding circle of trust for your child.
And how does that happen? It's not one big gesture, but through all the patient, consistent actions you see on this slide. Daily routines they can count on, gentle voices, consistent care, and just being emotionally available. This is how a teacher becomes another secure base in your child's world.
Now, this next thought is just so powerful. It's easy for parents to feel a little threatened when their child bonds with another caregiver, but the goal is not to replace the parent.
It is to extend the child's circle of trust. You and always will be the center of their universe. This process is about helping them learn that the world is a safe place filled with other loving adults they can depend on. And that is such a profound and beautiful gift.
And the reward for all this patient, respectful work? The anxiety fades. Not because it was squashed or ignored, but because the child's world grew bigger to include new, trusted people. They feel supported, safe, and truly understood.
So, as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this final thought. Beyond the morning drop-off,
How can you look for more opportunities to build these foundations of predictability and trust into your child's world every single day? Thanks so much for joining me.